Hello and welcome back to the Fasting Focused Lifestyle. This week's topic, we're going to get a little bit deep, so might need to get your tissues ready if you're sensitive like me. We're going to be talking about if you have a will, a drive, a desire to live the life that you are leading right now. Stay tuned. Welcome to the Fasting Focused Lifestyle podcast, where each week I will be discussing all things fasting and how it can become the most valuable tool in your personal toolkit so that you can live a long, healthy, and meaningful life. I'm your host, Vicki Sharon, and thank you for joining me. All right, you listening right now, first off, I want to thank you. I want to thank you so much for being a part of this amazing, growing and thriving community of proactive individuals ready to take on and challenge the beliefs and knowledge that they have been taught since very early on with conventional broken diet culture and just doing what you know that's instinctively right and balancing for your body. So kudos to you. Give yourself a pat on the back. Give yourself I'm giving you like a hug right now. So love it, embrace it. Just feel it. I also want to take a brief moment to thank and acknowledge and appreciate the grace that I've been given and patience from everyone while I take a small little break from the consistent regular podcast episodes. As you all maybe hopefully know, I am a widow, and even though this year is going to be 4 years since my husband passed away, it does still hit me at times. So I want to thank and apologize for the delay in the regular posting, sharing of these episodes, but know that you all are always on my mind whenever I see great feedback from listeners like you about the podcast and how beneficial it's been for them. That really motivates and inspires me to keep putting it out, is the feedback that I get. So by all means, as a side note, if you are loving this podcast, please feel free to drop a review in whatever platform you're listening on. You can even go to my website, thefastingfocusedlifestyle.com, and provide your feedback there in the form, or you can even email me if you'd like at vicky@thefastingfocusedlifestyle.com. Any of my socials, I'm there too and reachable as well. But truly, I appreciate every single one of you. So thank you. All right, so the episode, do you have a will to live? Not the written will. That's not this kind of episode. We're talking about that drive, that desire that lights you up and gives you the inspiration, motivation to do the things in life, the struggles, and obviously we love the positives, but we have to love the struggles as well. And if you're like me, you probably had circumstances and things in your life before this point, or maybe you're living them in this point of your life right now, where there are so many factors where you might see that it's against you and causing you to feel like nothing is worth it anymore, or things are too much of a struggle, and then it's hard to see the positive. Ooh, I feel the tears. Sorry, guys. It's sometimes hard to see the positive in life when there's so much negativity, not just in a worldwide media sort of sense, but in our day-to-day lives. When the cards stack up against our favor, it can feel really easy to just succumb, give in, I had a really hard day and did XYZ or 8, 1, 2, 3 or whatever. And then we start this spinning wheel of verbiage in our mind of how unworthy we are and how unworthy we feel, and how that rippling affects so much of our lives, way more than you probably even realize. Your attitudes, your beliefs, your feelings, the way that you talk to people, the way that you present yourself. People can, whether or not they want to acknowledge it, like I think I've mentioned before, I'm definitely an empath, and I personally feel like I've got a great spiritual connection that I've been fostering and building for quite some time now since my husband passed away. But if you feel, I'm going to say it, if you feel victimized by your circumstances in life, that can severely affect your drive, your motivation, your will to live. And as I've always said, my biggest goal with all of this is I want every single person to know that despite the struggles, despite the hard situations and circumstances that they're in, you do have the ability to make a beautiful, long, healthy, sustainable life for yourself, to stay at a healthy weight. Like, truly this is possible. And I'm a product of what I advocate for because I know it so well. I know the hardships that we encounter on a day-to-day basis will absolutely affect the mindset that you have upon opening your eyes. Like not even setting your feet on the floor. The moment you open your eyes, where does your mind go? Does it go into the stresses or the things, tasks that you're worrying about for that day? Or when you open your eyes, and this does take practice, this does take like a workout for your mind and mindset. One of the things that I appreciate so much throughout this process, even well into maintenance, is how much gratitude I've developed, how much patience I've developed. And truly, it's not, I wouldn't say it's 100% from the fasting, but it's a good 90%. It's definitely a good 90% affected by my fasting lifestyle. Each morning when I wake up, as I open my eyes, and even if the alarm is going off in the morning, I open my eyes and I just take a deep breath and just think how grateful I am, how much I appreciate having the ability to open my eyes, having the ability to be where I am, to be in the bed that I've got, to feel the way that I feel, and just gratitude and appreciation for this body that I've worked so hard for. That also, obviously, as I've said before, your body is a multi-million-dollar house that your soul resides in. But how often do we take those moments for gratitude, showing our body the gratitude and patience that we deserve? You deserve to do this. You deserve to have patience, gratitude, and respect, not just for your body, but for your mind, your drive, the process, and how these all connect. And they do connect. They do connect to give you permanence on your journey. As we know, our lives aren't going to be forever. We're not automatons. We're not robots. These bodies that we've got. My voice is getting a little bit shaky, so get those tissues. Obviously, we know this life is not forever. We know this is not permanent. So while you're here, are you optimizing everything that you can in your life? Are you doing the best that you can for each and every day? Do you end the day with regrets? Do you end the day feeling down on yourself and letting that perpetual verbiage spinning wheel of, your dialogue inside your head? Do you let that spin and spin and spin? Or are you able to take it out of your mind and just kind of check it at the door in an invisible kind of box compartment sort of thing, to where you can say, you know what, I've got stressors of the day, but as I'm going to bed now, I'm just going to place them in this hypothetical little box, and I'm going to leave them there until I need to deal with them tomorrow. While nothing in life is permanent, these small little actions, these small little moments that we are able to be as present as possible throughout our journey, when you have these moments of attentiveness to not just your body, your mind, you realize when we have these moments where we are present and we're able to truly feel what's going on in our lives, the rippling effect is incredible. It's beautiful, and it can compound onto the way that you see yourself, the way you treat yourself, the way you see, speak, and treat others as well. It's a beautiful kind of transformation, and it's absolutely something that does not happen overnight, does not happen quick. As with fasting, as with this fasting journey of yours, it is a slow, gradual process of growth and transformation. That evolution happens over time. So as I've said before, with those 3 pillars, your why, your method, and then your passion, your zest, having these things that light you up, that inspire you, that bring joy, happiness, whether it's hobbies, people that you connect with, places that you go, things that you can really be as present in as possible, whether it's the company of others, an adventure, whatever method works best for you. Having these moments where you can just get into the flow will help to promote that positivity, that more optimistic kind of view in your life. And those moments will actually help you to see the bigger picture all together, so you can kind of zoom out and see, okay, well, maybe my life isn't as bad as it may have seemed originally. And I'm going to provide you with a little anecdote from my childhood. So growing up, I'm a Navy brat and was toted around back and forth across the country a few times growing up. So my dad, shout out, like, love you, Dad. This is not a slam or nothing at all. I recently had kind of like a light bulb moment. So as a kid and being as emotional, and I cry really easy. As we already know that, if you're a regular listener, you already know that I cry really easily. So I remember very often that my dad would say that there are people that have it so much worse than I do. And it's kind of hard to say that and repeat it because I can hear him telling me when I was younger. And at the moment, when I was younger, it was very hard to hear because, as I talked about earlier, that victim mentality, that's what I was. That's what I was living. It was, I'm the weird one. I'm the odd one. No one wants to talk to me. No one wants to, share space with me. I'm just like, I wanted to hide. Like, there was a big girl that just wanted to hide. Hearing my dad say, worry about yourself, and that other people have it so much worse than you do. There are other people in the world that have it so much worse than you do. Well, initially I took it as an insult, as something that added to my desire to want to stuff my face even more. I'm able to now, as of recently, the past, few months or so, I've been kind of really absorbing on it. Think about it from this point of view now and where I'm at and how valuable that piece of advice actually is. And it's not something to be slighted or take offense of, because really we should worry about ourselves. We should think in a compassionate sort of way that, yeah, there are people around the world that have such hard circumstances in life. And I don't know about you, but like, I've seen lots of really inspirational kind of stuff over the years where people in the hardest of their life circumstances, whether, without loss of limb, losing family members, diagnosis, whatever, that they are making the best out of their situation. And to have the situation where you are right now, yes, things may be bad, they may be really horrible. And I'm sure like everybody has got their own unique set of things that they're going through. But I know I say don't compare, because comparison is the thief of joy, but think about it in more of a gratitude sort of sense instead of a comparison. And even on the flip side, you can even add into like, yes, I'm grateful despite my current struggles, but the people in the world that are suffering, you can send out, like with your meditation time that hopefully you're doing, people in the world that are suffering in worse situations than me, I take a moment and think like, wishing them well. Obviously, we don't know every single person, but just kind of like setting that love and gratitude out with your thoughts, quote unquote, good vibes. Like you can truly do that, and just sitting with your thoughts, sitting with gratitude that despite your struggles, despite the things going on in your life, despite the hardships, the things that you've been struggling with, the things that may have been setting you back, could be so much worse than what they are. So instead of going into panic mode and fretting about things, showing yourself, your body, your mind, those around you, family, friends, your loved ones, patience, so much gratitude, obviously tons of respect. And you'll see all that start to ripple when you have that switch flipped in your mind. And you start to see situations in life not as a hardship or, oh, this is, so challenging. Like even the simplest things like being stuck in traffic, and how you can flip that around and make it a better circumstance.
This episode is brought to you by Hyperice, the leader in advanced warm-up and recovery technology. They have tons of innovative products, like Venom-heated wearables to help soothe sore back muscles, Normatec compression boots to speed up recovery and increase circulation, and Hypervolt massage guns to improve mobility. Loved by athletes like Naomi Osaka and Erling Haaland. Try them yourself. Get 10% off your order with the code MOVE at hyperice.com.
Hello, Saver. Whether you're saving for that trip to the tropics or saving for an emergency, now is the time to take advantage of Wells Fargo's savings options. Wells Fargo offers savings accounts that can help you save towards your goals. So, what are you saving for? Visit a Wells Fargo branch or wellsfargo.com/save to open a savings account today.
Wells Fargo Bank, N.A., member FDIC.
Have you ever talked to a friend or loved one to where they say things about you that they love, that they appreciate, that you kind of don't see for yourself? If you do, I challenge you. I hope you do. Not if. I hope you do. I hope you do. You listening, I'm gonna give you one right now. You listening, I appreciate you. You are fantastic. You are doing a wonderful job on this journey. I know it. I know it. You're listening to me. So for that, I'm going to give you a really big, warm from Florida, squishy hug. And I want you to imagine you are seeing your life from somebody else's point of view. And maybe see things that you perceive as hardships or challenges. To another person, that might be a blessing, right? That might be something that, somebody else wishes they had, wishes they were able to do. So when you see yourself through somebody else's eyes and somebody else's point of view, the perspective point of view obviously just changes. And putting yourself in someone else's shoes, even just imagining it, you don't have to literally put yourself in someone's shoes if they're the same size, but don't squish your feet. See your life through someone else's eyes, someone that you love and appreciate, respect so much. See yourself and everything in your life through their eyes and watch how your mindset can start to tip in the opposite direction if you're struggling. And if you're not struggling, or maybe you just needed that little boost, see how much more beneficial that can be to see things from their point of view. And then from that, I want to challenge you to further imagine your future self and how much you will appreciate this present self that you are at right now with those continued habits that you are continuing to work on each and every day, showing up for yourself, realizing how worthy and deserving you are to have the success that you work for on this journey. So while there are going to be, if not already, those struggling, challenging days, it's not the end all be all, that you can overcome these hardships. You can overcome that plateau. You can overcome, your mindset about being attached to the certain fixation with body size or expectations with how you think your body is going to be. All that stuff. Give yourself patience, empathy, so much self-love, respect, and you will absolutely continue to be unstoppable on this journey. Side note, one of my favorite books that I've listened to on Audible, if you've heard it, and while it may be taboo, I'm just going to throw it out there. I don't care. So if you've heard of The Secret and the law of attraction and how you can manifest things in your life by your thoughts and how incredible that can be. So with the mindset of constantly spinning in the negative, of course, that's going to continue to manifest negativity into your life, where if you work on turning and adapting your brain to gratitude and envisioning how you see your future self and being in competition with nobody else besides yourself, seeing how valuable that switch can be is something I can't really describe. You have to see and experience for yourself. Again, this is something that anybody can work at and achieve for themselves. It's possible. I'm living proof of this. I'm absolutely just blown away by how much of a switch this can make just by your thoughts, just by showing some self-gratitude, showing patience, empathy for yourself, and how that ripples outward. And all that compounds to give you the most fierce will and determination, gritty sort of desire and drive to live the longest, healthiest, meaningful life possible. And that's what I want for every single person that is listening to this, and every single person that maybe doesn't listen to this. Anybody that's crossed my path, that has reached out to me, as I always say, I truly believe in you, even if you don't. This is possible. This is attainable. You can go and get your after. So get your after. If you're alive, if you're listening to this, you have time. You have time. No one's holding up a hypothetical stopwatch and how long of a life you've got left. That's up to you. That's up to you and your decisions, your actions, your thoughts, your behaviors. And you can make it a long, healthy, meaningful life. There's plenty of time for you left. So please take care of yourself and know that, again, I believe in you, even if you don't. If you are in need of supportive coaching on your fasting journey, know that I'm here. I'm a product of this lifestyle, obviously super passionate about it, and I know that you also can succeed to reach your after. Please reach out, thefastingfocusedlifestyle.com. Send me a message. I have my calendar on there, lots of additional resources coming down the pipeline, as well as regular blog postings on there. And truly, please reach out. Please don't feel too afraid, ashamed, or scared. I've been in your shoes if you're struggling. If you're midway and you're struggling, I've been in your shoes too. Time will pass whether you take action or not, and your life is so meaningful and you deserve to be an after. So please take care of yourself. Until next time, thank you. The Fasting Focused Lifestyle Podcast. Copyright 2023. The information given within this podcast is not intended or implied to be a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Please consult your doctor before starting any weight loss method. Thank you.